let's bring in Texas Congressman Roger Williams. Congressman, great to see you. I have to stifle. I have a lot to say. I will say don't blaspheme because the Lord on high carries bolts of lightning. This party is these are the same Democrats who wheeled around Dianne Feinstein at the age of 90, and she didn't know whether to say aye or nay and had to be instructed by a staffer on what to say. This is the same party, however, that seems to be sort of breaking apart at the seams. I want to note that Dick Durbin just today, this afternoon, in a gaggle, when asked, should Joe Biden be the person that the party unifies around, his answer was, we'll see. Joe Biden toughed it out today, but do you think he remains the nominee?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the truth of the matter is he was elected by his people. They had a vote and he won. I mean, he is their nominee. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I think they also have a problem in a lady named Kamala Harris they're going to have to deal with. But, you know, more than the politics, they're trying to figure out the politics of this thing. The biggest concern I have and others is who's running America, for crying out loud. I mean, is it Clinton? Is it Obama? Is it the Chinese? None of us know that. And that's who I'd like to find out, who is running our country right now.
So you raise a really great point. When you listen to the conversations among your colleagues there, do you get any sense that anybody up there shares that the most important concern, which is what you just laid out? It's not the politics. It's actually who's running the country?
Well, I mean, I don't know if people have thought of that. It's so political up here. I mean, everything's driven by politics. But the fact of the matter is they have their nominee. It's Joe Biden. But the country is in a tailspin right now with a lot of issues that we talk about. And I want to know who's running the country. It's not that he's 81 or 83 years old and it might be a little light in his thinking right now. Who is running this country? That's what we need to find out. But they've made it political. I don't know what they're going to do. They got a real problem. But in the interim, we have our nominee. We have our issues. We're moving forward for November.
So one of the things that we're not talking about these days are the issues. You're a co-sponsor of the SAVE Act, an election integrity bill that would require states to obtain proof of citizenship from voters before they can cast ballots in federal elections, and forces states to purge non-citizens from voter rolls. Obviously, this happens long after Joe Biden opened the border and has allowed millions of illegals into the country. And the White House just today issued a statement condemning the SAVE Act. How do you look at this in any other way other than Democrats want illegals to be able to vote?
Well, they do want illegals to vote. I'm a former Secretary of State of Texas, and I can tell you that, and that's why they have no problem with people rushing across our borders. That's their future, is that anybody can vote. But the truth of the matter is the SAVE Act is good. It reinforces what the Constitution says. New concept, right, in America. If you're going to vote, you need to be a citizen. And that's the way it should be. And that's part of what we're fighting for. And, you know, we've even seen it already. As I chair the Small Business Committee, we have uncovered that the SBA is taking their employees. They've signed a memo of understanding with the state of Michigan, and they're taking SBA employees, moving to Michigan, and registering voters in Flint and Detroit. And we know they're trying to register Democratic voters. So we got big issues there that we're going to be on top of. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a citizen, you can vote. If you're not, you can't vote. And that's what a lot of the debate's going to be.
So just to follow up on this, you know, one of the most pernicious things that Democrats claim about illegals voting is they say, well, it's already illegal for illegals to vote. Well, it's also illegal for illegals to be in the country illegally. So that kind of blows up their circular argument, doesn't it?
Well, totally. I mean, this is supposed to be a country of laws, a land of laws. And, of course, we've gotten away from that. But they have an argument. Look, well, it's simple, and you all reported on it before. They want to win the White House, they want to win the Senate and the House, and then turn everybody loose to vote. And that's why we have to fight it now, because we have a lot of cities right now. They're letting illegals vote, and it doesn't need to get to a federal level. And that's going to be a big part of the debate, along with border and the economy, et cetera. But it's going to be Joe Biden against Donald Trump. And I think as Republicans, I guess Joe Biden's the guy we want to run against. He's their nominee. But I also want to know who's running the country. That's a question they should ask him in the big boy press conference they talk about having this week.
Well, Congressman, you kind of hit on it. Maybe the push to make sure everybody votes, even though they don't legally have a vote, that's why they're not quaking in their boots or high heels more about someone who's non-compos mentis being at the top of the ticket.
Well, right. I mean, they've got their agenda, and they're going to get that done, and they're going to do it with or without him, I guess. But again, I mean, if I was a Democrat, this guy ran, he won, he's your former, I mean, he's a current president, he's your nominee, and you've got Kamala Harris waiting in the wings. Who knows what could happen? It could be 1968 all over again when Johnson decided he wasn't going to run and Hubert Humphrey came in the second spot. Maybe that's what some of them think may happen, but it's going to be Biden against Trump, and I think we got a great chance of winning this thing, getting government back from the people and letting the people have our country.
Well, that was in March of that year, although I was not yet born, but they had a lot more time than they got right now.
But we're still talking about it.
Yeah. Roger Wicker, thank you so much. Roger Williams, thank you so much, Congressman.
Thank you very much,
Great
David.
to see you.
Great to see you.